Hi everyone, fantastic to see you all again. Well, it's a little rainy and I am not far away from my house. I'm just waiting for Rick to come actually. We're going to walk not too far away, but at the moment there's a threat of lightning. So walking to the highest point with a tripod is probably not the best idea. So hopefully I'm going to wait for the rain to stop and then I should be able to get some dramatic shots. Just have a look at this. I've decided to come out to locations quite close to home. I can't drive a long way at the moment. I don't want to walk too far either. And so what I've been doing is I've been scanning sort of locations that I've dismissed in the past. And this is one of them. I've been here once before. Here's some photos I took before, which actually aren't too bad really. But I think I can get something just a little bit better. I've looked at these sort of stones, these limestone sort of foreground could be good. And as you can see, it is raining quite a lot. So there might be some epic clouds, there might be some light. It's about an hour and 30 minutes till sunset, if there is a sunset. Let's go and see what we can get after it stopped raining. So often as photographers we just want to go to these amazing locations and forget about the locations that are close to us, and actually this is an amazing location. You know, I just take it for granted that I live in such a beautiful area, but to me it's quite flat, and I've photographed things like this before, but I really want to concentrate on photographing more of the beauty around me in the next few months, and this is the start. So I know the weather's horrible, another reason not to go out and photograph, but I've come out and there's a chance, there's a small little chance that there might be a bit of a sunset. I'm very hopeful. We'll see what we can get. But first of all, I'm going to walk a little bit further down here and try and find some amazing limestone. Okay, there's a good opportunity for a shot, but I've got to be reasonably quick here because the storm's coming through here. There's some nice foreground rocks here, which I think will be good. I can get down here, so I don't have to bend down, which is good for my back, but I've got to be super quick. So I'm just going to try and get my tripod down here. I've just checked it out with my phone, and I think I just want to be quite low here. So I just need to get my camera and see what we can get. Right, I've played around a little bit with the composition here, and it's all about the foreground and the sky. The middle part of the composition is actually what's called Chrome Hill and Parkhouse Hill. There's a sort of ridge down there, which was actually formed, interestingly enough, from an ocean. Can't believe that actually. But yeah, so this ridge is quite nice. I've been up there before. It's sort of obscured a little bit, and you could make that the subject of it, but I want to shoot wide, so that's been going to come tiny in the frame. What's interesting to me in the frame is these foreground limestones here, and then I quite like that clump of limestone up there, and then that limestone clump there. I don't really like that green area in the sort of far mid-ground, I suppose. I think it just is a little bit distracting, but on the wide angle shot it becomes such a little part of the photo, it doesn't really matter. We've now got some really nice clouds forming over here, and unfortunately more rain, which is not good, but yeah, as those clouds form, I think we'll get more interesting shots. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to stick with this, maybe have a look around elsewhere, see if there's anything else, but I think this is going to be a waiting game for the weather rather than trying to shoot lots of compositions. So Yeah, this looks fantastic.
So I feel like the portrait version of this image is better than the landscape version. It's just a little bit simpler and a little bit better balanced. I do like the space on the right hand side of the rock, and as you see in the later photo, I chopped that off slightly and I don't think that works quite as well, but the rocks and the grasses could do with a little bit of light.
Whilst we wait for the sun to come out a little bit more, I just want to talk a little bit about just taking your camera off your tripod. I think that's really, really important. So here, what I've done is I've just moved from the composition that was the landscape composition and moved around a little bit. And you can see that I can get a shot here that's quite nice vertically. But if I just move just a little bit, you can see that I've got this going vertical here. If you just move a little bit like that, you get a nice sort of diagonal through the scene, and that there looks fantastic. Right, I'm just waiting to see if the light's going to come out. There is a little bit of sort of almost reflected light, or diffuse light I suppose, that's coming through and hitting the rocks really nicely, which is good. But I think if the light came out just a little bit more, it'd be better. Whilst we're waiting for it, if you do like this video, then give it a thumbs up. And there's a like just below. I really appreciate that. It really helped the video. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and the link's below. Okay, it's an Apple moment, I think. One of the things that I always talk about is not trying to do too much when you get to a scene. It's so difficult to do though, because you see everything. You see something over there, over there, over there, the light's changing. But all I'm doing for this whole shot, or these two shots, these two compositions, is staying in this one little area here. I know there's going to be other shots. Maybe I will take some when I've got these shots later. But until I'm happy that I've got these shots, I'm not going to move. And things change all the time, the cloud formations, the light on the foreground, but more importantly, my thoughts about this composition. So, I might be composing this, and, I might have a bit on the edge here that I just want to get in, or the bottom, I think, I've been looking at it for a while and I think I could just move it down a little bit. Those little things change when you stick with a composition. If you change to every single composition, then you just get lots of average. You don't want lots of average, you just want a fewer number of really good photos. So that's worth thinking about. I'm going to have my apple, the sun's going to come out, and all's going to be good.
So this is the favourite of all the images that I took this evening, and you can see that the light, we didn't have much of it, but the light just makes a little bit of a difference. It warms things up. It also adds a little bit of an edge to the rocks, which helps with the dimension of them and just gives them a better feel. I feel like the sky is probably the best in this shot as well. We haven't got a distracting element on the left hand side, which we had in a few of the other shots.
I'm freezing cold now. It hasn't stopped raining, and we didn't quite get the light that I wanted, but I think I might just take another shot here because the clouds are just still changing a little bit over there. But it's really important when it's raining like that you have good gear. This Nikon gear is super waterproof, and having trust in your gear is really, really important. And speaking of trust, to this week's sponsor, which is Lexar. Lexar make amazing memory cards. Their professional series are really good, they're really robust, and they've got really fast read and write speeds as well. So if you're looking to get some memory cards, there's a link down in the description below. I definitely recommend them. I use the CF Express cards and the SD cards, and they are amazing. Right, I'm going to take this shot. The clouds over there just look really good. There's just that blue bit of sky over there, which I've got to be careful of in the composition. I need to either get rid of it in the composition or make part of the composition. So I'll just point it out on here. Just this bit of sky here. It's really important that, you know, because that's going to draw your eye. So it's really important that we think about that. I've got, I think, something that's not probably the most epic shot I ever got, but it's certainly a lot better than when I came here last time. I really enjoyed it as well, and the clouds, the drama was really, really interesting as well. But I didn't leave this one spot. I just stayed in this one spot, and hopefully you've seen the photos by now and they look okay. I think they are. But it's been amazing. It's so good to be out again as well. You're going to see loads of videos of me out now. I'm going to get out as much as I can. Autumn's coming, which is so fantastic. And yeah, one last thing, there's a new social platform for sharing photos called Vero, and I've been using it. I really enjoy using it. I'm still going to use Instagram as well, but if you're interested in seeing photos in good quality that you can also upload from your desktop, there's a desktop app as well, then go and check it out. I'll put a link in the description. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching, and until next Sunday, bye.